Let me ask you something personal. How are you really? Not the answer you give people at work, not the smile you put on every morning before you walk through that door. I mean, how are you actually doing? Because some of the strongest people walking this earth right now are carrying something so heavy inside that if you knew, it would break your heart. They laugh the loudest in the room. They ask everyone else if they are okay. They never miss a day, never complain, never ask for help. And every single night, they go home, close the door, and fall apart alone. This is a story about one of those people. Maybe it is a story about you. Her name was Maya, 29 years old, customer service manager at a busy downtown office in Chicago. Everyone loved Maya. She was the first one in every morning, coffee already made, lights already on. She remembered everyone's birthdays. She stayed late when someone needed help. She laughed at every joke. She made every new employee feel welcome on their first nervous day. Her manager called her the heart of the office. Her colleagues called her sunshine. And Maya smiled at that every single time. That warm, wide, effortless smile that made everyone around her feel like the world was perfectly fine. But the world was not perfectly fine. Not for Maya. Not for a long, long time. 3 years ago, Maya's mother had passed away after a long illness. Maya had been her full-time caregiver for 2 years before that, working all day, caring for her mother all night. No breaks, no complaints, no tears. At least not where anyone could see. When her mother passed, people said, "She handled it so well." What they did not know was that Maya had not cried. Not once, not properly. She had been too busy being strong, too busy taking care of everything, too busy smiling. And slowly, without her even realizing it, the grief she had never let out had turned into something else, something heavier, something quieter. Something that followed her everywhere, even into rooms full of laughter. Every morning, Maya would sit in her car for exactly 5 minutes before walking into the office. Just 5 minutes. She would stare at the steering wheel, take slow breaths, and somewhere in those 5 minutes, she would build the wall. Brick by brick, smile by smile. She was so good at it by now that nobody noticed the 5 minutes. Nobody noticed that her eyes were sometimes red when she walked in. Nobody noticed that she flinched slightly every time someone said, "You always seem so happy." Because inside, she was exhausted. Not tired from work, not tired from lack of sleep. Tired in a way that sleep cannot fix. The kind of tired that comes from carrying something alone for so long that you forget what it felt like to put it down. She had tried to talk about it once. A close colleague, someone she considered a friend, had asked her how she was doing one afternoon. And for 1 second, Maya had almost told the truth. She had felt the words rising in her throat. "I'm not okay. I haven't been okay in a very long time. I miss my mother every single day. I smile because I don't know what else to do." But then she looked at her friend's tired face. She knew her friend had her own problems, her own weight to carry. And Maya smiled instead. "I'm good, just a little tired. You know how it is." Her friend nodded with relief and moved on. And Maya went to the bathroom, locked the stall, and stood there in silence for 3 minutes, holding herself together with everything she had. One Thursday afternoon, a new employee joined the team. Her name was Ruth, 61 years old, warm eyes, silver hair. She had taken the job after retiring because, as she told Maya on her first day, silence at home was too loud. Maya understood that immediately, more than Ruth knew. Over the next few weeks, Ruth and Maya developed a quiet routine, morning coffee together, brief conversations between calls, nothing deep, nothing heavy, until one evening everyone else had gone home and Maya was finishing up some reports alone. Ruth came back for her forgotten umbrella. She found Maya sitting at her desk, not working, just sitting, staring at nothing. The smile finally gone, the wall finally down, just for that one unguarded moment. Ruth did not say anything at first. She just sat down in the chair across from Maya, quietly, without being asked, and after a long moment of silence, she said, "You know what I notice about you, Maya?" Maya quickly straightened up. The smile started to return. "You take care of everyone in this office. You remember everyone's pain. You carry everyone's mood. But I have never once heard you say, 'I'm not okay today.'" Maya opened her mouth to say she was fine, but Ruth gently held up one hand. "I lost my husband 4 years ago. I smiled through all of it too. I thought being strong meant not breaking. But one day, my doctor told me something I never forgot." She paused. He said, "Ruth, unexpressed grief does not disappear. It just goes deeper. And the deeper it goes, the heavier everything else becomes." The room was completely silent. Maya felt something shift inside her chest, like a door that had been locked for 3 years had just been touched for the first time. Maya drove home in silence that night. No music, no podcast, no distraction. Just her and the road and 3 years of everything she had never let herself feel. She got home, made tea, sat by the window, and for the first time in 3 very long years, she let herself cry. Not a polite cry, not a quick cry, the real kind, the kind that comes from somewhere so deep you didn't even know it was there, the kind that shakes your shoulders and takes your breath and leaves you feeling completely emptied out. She cried for her mother, for every night she had spent by her bedside, for every word she never got to say at the end, for every morning she built that wall, for every time someone called her sunshine and she smiled when she wanted to scream. She cried for a long, long time. And when it was finally over, she felt lighter than she had in years. Not happy, not fixed, not suddenly okay, but lighter. Like she had finally put something she had been carrying alone for so long that she forgot it was not supposed to be hers to carry alone. She picked up her phone and called her sister, not to say everything was fine, but to say, "I'm not okay, and I think I need to talk." Her sister answered on the first ring. Here's what I want you to take from Maya's story. Strength is not silence. We've been taught, especially those of us who love and care for others, that being strong means never showing pain, never burdening people, always smiling, always managing, always being the one who holds things together. But that is not strength. That is loneliness wearing a smile. Real strength is knowing when to say, "I'm not okay today." Real strength is trusting someone enough to let them see the real weight you are carrying. Because here's the truth. The people who love you, they don't want your performance. They don't need your smile when your heart is breaking. They want you, the real you, even the broken, struggling, tired version of you. Grief that has no voice does not disappear. Pain that is never expressed does not heal. It just becomes part of your silence, part of your exhaustion, part of that heaviness you carry into every room without knowing why. You are allowed to not be okay. You are allowed to say it out loud. You are allowed to put it down. Maya still works at that office in Chicago. She still makes the coffee in the morning. She still remembers everyone's birthdays. She still has that warm, wide smile. But something is different now. When someone asks her how she's doing, she sometimes tells them the truth. And when a colleague looks like they are carrying something heavy behind their eyes, Maya sits down beside them, without being asked, without saying much, just like Ruth did for her. Because she knows now what that quiet presence feels like. She knows what it means when someone simply sits with you in your silence and says, "I see you. You don't have to be okay right now." You don't have to be okay every day. You don't have to carry it alone. Asking for help is not weakness. It is the bravest thing a human being can do. If this story touched something real inside you, like, share, and subscribe. Every week, a new story for the ones who are still smiling through something they have never said out loud.